What's going on, guys? Before we start this episode, we're going to wait just a second because I want to get in the first sponsor for Johnny on the Track, Racing Pro Media. What is it? Who is it? Where can I find it? I'll answer all those questions. Racing Pro Media. Head to www. Here it is, www.racingpromedia.com. They're also on Facebook. They're on Twitter. They're on LinkedIn. And they are your home for up to the minute. Yes, up to the minute motorsports news, updates, results across all your favorite series. If you can think of series, they probably have it. And it's super fresh. It's quick. Right after it ends, they've got it updated. So check them out. Again, www.racingpromedia.com. RPM, it makes sense in the motorsports world, right? So there you go. And again, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, check them out. Now let's get to the episode. All right, we now welcome our next guest to the show. He's a young gun at Stafford Speedway in Stafford, Connecticut. He is Mikey Flynn, the driver of the number 24 SK modified car, again at Stafford Speedway. Mikey, I'm excited to have you on because I've had some young guys, around my age on the show, but none of them were like drivers. They weren't in the industry. They were kind of just like me, pundits of the sport, you could say. So I'm excited to get your kind of young mind, pick your mind of what it's like to be a young driver. So let's go. We were talking before the show. You said you're from Massachusetts. So talk to me about the upbringing and what got you into racing. I saw like on Instagram, you were a football player. So,
Yeah.
How did that get to, how'd you get into racing?
Well, I actually got into racing in the snow. My family was a big snowmobile family.
Okay.
We went up north a lot to Vermont, New Hampshire, Maine, rode snowmobiles up in the trails, and then it ended up turning into going out to the races up in Maine and Vermont and New Hampshire, and I ended up doing snowcross for a while. I'd probably say about 5 or 6 years, and then once it got to the point where we were doing snowcross in the winters, we didn't really have anything to do in the summer, so my parents, Stafford's like 15 minutes from my house. So my parents ended up getting me a go-kart, and for the Monday nights series they got over there, and the rest is history, I guess. That's pretty much how it ended up. So
Dude, that honestly, I've heard like some paths into racing, but that's got to be like a rare one where you take it from like snow stuff and then you're like, damn, like this is fun. Let's take it to asphalt. So like how quick did you adjust? Like I'm sure you had some speed on the snowmobile, but how did that translate to a go-kart and now, where you are at Stafford now?
It was definitely a big jump. A lot of different type of racing obviously is going to be like a huge learning curve. You know, asphalt racing is a lot more finesse and like, it's like the racing line and you have to follow the racing line and you're hitting your apexes of your corners. And on snowmobiles, it's, timing your jumps and, knowing what to jump and what not to jump and how to get through the snow faster and stuff like that. So, it's a big difference, and it took a little bit while, but I think once I got it, it was clear, and we were off to the races.
Yeah, for sure. It seems like it, like I said, you're one of the young guys that everybody's watching, a lot of speed in that 24 car. So take me to, it looked like in high school, you also played football. So was that like a big part of your life, big part of your career? And then like, if you gave that up, what made you choose racing over, pursuing something in football?
Um, so yeah, I did play football my entire life. Probably, I think I started in third grade and then all the way throughout my senior year in high school, which was last year. So I don't know how many years, probably 10, 11 years playing football.
Okay.
Um, Yeah, sometimes it was a bit of a conflict. We would have to either miss like practices or miss games, or I would have to miss even races sometimes, depending on like the football game. If it was like a big football game, I would have to miss the race. But yeah, it was constant conflict with the two sports and stuff. But I had a love for football and I love racing, so I wouldn't change anything that I did or anything like that.
What would the guys say? Like, like you're doing racing and obviously you're on the team, like the football team. Were they like, oh, dude, another race? Like, come, or were they like super supportive? Talk to me about that aspect of it.
Yeah, some of them, I honestly think it varies. Some of the kids like who really don't understand the auto racing wouldn't really understand and be like, "Oh, like why are you missing like a foot?" Because it was big time then. Like high school football, like to some kids is like huge. Like
Oh
it's all
yeah, for sure.
for me to have a whole nother world is like kind of where like, oh shit, I have to like do the football and like make sure I'm my best for like the kids on my team, and then go out, the next day or that night or whatever, and make sure I'm the best for this other sport that I do. So it was really hard, and some kids were very supportive, and some kids didn't really get it. So it was kind of a mixed reaction, but it all ended up working out in the end. The kids team understood. I was there as much as I could be, and it ended up working out in the end. So I was very happy with it.
Well, there you go. And obviously now you've moved on and you're at college, which to me, dude, is crazy that you can balance college and racing right now. So props to you. I mean, that's not easy because I just graduated college. I didn't even preface how you and I met. So I was at the SRX race. What was it, like 2 or 3 weeks ago now?
Yeah.
And it was one of the first like sort of like pit parties you guys have there back. And I was just introduce myself. And you were a young guy. So I was like, well, I got to talk to this guy. Like, he looks young. He's like so on my age. So we could relate. And then we kind of hit it off. And I was like, dude, I have a podcast. Like, I'd love to get you on because you're young, you're doing stuff, which is awesome. So how are you balancing college, which is not easy, and racing? I know obviously right now, like you're probably not in school, but
Yeah.
still, I mean, that's probably on your mind quite a bit. So talk to me about that.
No, definitely. Especially this first year, since it was my freshman year of college, like it was
Mm-hmm.
kind of a huge learning curve. Because I attend Coastal Carolina University down in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, and so yeah, like racing and college doesn't really mix well. A lot of the kids at the track, sometimes don't really do the whole college thing.
Right.
They kind of just adapt and go like a junior college or an online college or something like that. And I was like, nah, I can't do that. I gotta go to school. Like I want to do it. Like that's something I've always wanted to do. So, and lucky enough, I have parents that support me and they can pull it off. Because it ain't cheap,
No,
and
no, it's not.
it's something that like you can just be anyone can do. So I'm very lucky, but like a stress factor, like taking the money out of it, just doing it every week. So like my schedule, like on a normal college like week when I'm in Myrtle Beach and I have racing, so um, Monday, through Thursday is really just college stuff. I'm at the school. It's like normal, whatever you do as college, blah, blah,
Right.
blah. And then I usually, what I do is I wake up in the morning around like 6:30, 7 o'clock, Friday morning. So this is race day, 6:30, 7 o'clock. Take an Uber out to Myrtle Beach Airport, which is like a 30-minute drive, hop on a plane, get here, land at about 11:30, 12 o'clock,
Oh my God.
and do whatever I have to do at home, like for like 30 minutes, and then get to the track, race, come back to my house, sleep, and then take off for school the next morning. And that's probably for like the first 5 weeks of school, 6 weeks of school. I'll be doing that. So like it's crazy. It's I don't know, but yeah, nuts.
That'll
nuts.
that'll be the clip that I put out to advertise this episode because that in and itself is just it's awesome one, but at the
Yeah,
same time like holy shit, man, like that's crazy. But
yeah.
so you're thinking like in that case, do you want this to be like a part of your future? Is this something where if you can take it, you're going to run with it, or you just do it because you freaking love it?
I mean, as far as I look at it, like, dude, I'm committed. Like, I'm committed at this point. Like, uh, I got people invested. I'm invested. I still have a love for it. I like to go to the track every week. Um, and I have fun being out there in the car. So I really don't see any stopping. And we're able to pull this deal off where I can go to school and, do everything I want to do. So it's really like, why would I stop it when I can do everything I want to do and, not have to worry about it. So it's really cool. And yeah, so.
Well, first of all, I hope, anybody who may be a team owner in some sort of NASCAR team owner, I don't even know if they just work for a team. Hopefully they hear like how much you respect it and want to grind for it, because I think that can sell.
Yeah.
So props to you. But so I want to give me a little more like what's the could NASCAR trucks, like could the Wheel and Tour full time, like if somehow you could get all the way up to Xfinity Cup, like is that something you want to do?
I mean, yeah, for sure. I mean, obviously a lot of things would have to align to get to
Right.
that. And there are glimpses here and there of opportunities coming around and stuff like that. Not at that level yet, but some higher up stuff. And it's exciting, but you still gotta put your head down and you gotta keep working, and because the results are what's going to get you that opportunity. So it's, yes, that is the goal, but we got to focus on what's going on right now, and we got to focus on, well, it would have been tomorrow, but now it's next week, because we got to focus on next week. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's the goal in the future, but we'll get there one day. You know what I
That's
mean?
I think that's the mindset you gotta have. You gotta just keep looking forward, keep grinding, and then if you think about it too much, it won't ever happen. And I know like the paths are different, but that's kind of like for me right now. Like I would love to work in NASCAR, I would love to work in the sport, but right now it's just like keep doing stuff like this. Like just do this, enjoy it, and then if something falls into our laps, like so be
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
So you've raced. Correct me if I'm wrong. You've raced in a couple Whelen Tour events, correct?
Not yet. Not
Not
yet.
yet.
But
Okay.
more like a wheel and tour. I've raced not like the modified stuff. I used to race the late model, the ACT Tour, the American Canadian Tour. I raced that when I was younger. A lot of the Legend Car stuff I did, the Legend Car Nationals. Um, I did some road course stuff, not a lot though, with the Legend Car. And then it was modifieds pretty much from there. No wheel and tour stuff yet, just Stafford modifieds pretty much.
Okay. All right. Well, still, like, there's some big names, in when you race at Stafford. So, what's it like the competition aspect, going up against some guys like who have grinded like you and have been in that situation for a while and got speed and got results? What's it like?
It's insane. I would have to say the competition at Stafford in the short track community is second to none.
Oh yeah, dude, it's huge. It's huge.
The amount of money that people have invested into their cars and the amount of time that gets put in nowadays is insane. People work day in and day out. Like, it's some people's full-time jobs just to make sure that car gets to the track on Fridays. um, I know as my family has invested a great amount
Hmm.
in some career. So every other driver, every other team has their own story, and they've invested whatever they have in their cars. So I can only imagine. Um, but yeah, even the drivers, like the actual racing, is insane. Like,
It's good stuff. It is. It's good. It to me, it's like no joke. Like it's probably some of the best short track racing in the country, and you can see it because like guys like look at Doug Kobe just
yeah,
goes out, wins an SRX race in
yeah,
front of like 10 grand at his home track, like against some of what would people would say are some of the best short track racers like of their era, like Tony Stewart and people like that.
yeah.
So and then you look at Justin Bonsignor, he just goes out and kills the wheel and tour and his success. So I totally agree with you. Now I want to get into something that it's a question I've always wanted to ask like drivers. So first of all, how fast do you guys get up to at Stafford? Like, what's the fastest you're going?
I'd say probably like 110, around 110, maybe plus or minus a little bit. I'm not really sure the exact speed. I'd say like around 110.
All
That's a
right,
safe.
so around 110. So like what are you like on like the highway or on like the main road? And then on top of that, like do your friends are they like, yo, Mikey will drive us, like stuff like that? Or they're like, oh, I don't feel safe with Mikey behind the wheel. Like, what's that like?
Oh no, I definitely. Uh, you can actually ask my mom about this one, but my I definitely have to take it easy on the road. My mom will laugh because you asked me that question, but I definitely have to take it easy on the road. Usually, like on the highway, I got my cruise control on. You know, it's just because like I don't know why. It's just like instinct. Like I have to. Like, I won't even feel it. Like I'll feel like fine, and then like I'll feel, like look down, and I'm like going like 85, 90, and I'll be like I can't do that. Like no. But yeah, friends wise, like yeah, I do like to drive my friends around. Not because necessarily like they want me to, just because like I don't know, like I like being the driver kind of. I don't know
Yeah,
why.
yeah.
I don't know. Like I feel like my friends aren't really the best drivers, you know what I mean? They're like teenage drivers, you know. So I like, you know, I'll be like, oh, I'll take you or I'll drive you around or something like that. Just because I like know that like, you know, everything's gonna be good kind of. I have like trust in myself to say like with that shit. So
I feel you on that because I'm the same way. Like, dude, like to be honest, like I feel like my blood pressure is lowest and I feel safest like behind the wheel, like when
yeah,
I'm behind the wheel. But like, dude, you put me in a plane, like I'm sweating, like I
yeah.
hate that crap. But
You know,
like
like
me behind the
it's worse when I'm not driving. Like I'm not passenger. Like I got my hands like on the thing. Like it's
oh man.
no.
That's wild, but it makes sense, man. I mean, we watch you. We watch you on at Stafford, so we know why you're like that because behind the wheel, you're a badass. So let's get into kind of some young guys stuff. Do you like practice with like are you doing iRacing? Because that's kind of like a younger generation is on iRacing to practice and hone in on their skills. How about like maybe even some video games? You doing like NASCAR video games and shit like to try to stay fresh? Like what are you doing for that?
I do have iRacing. I got a type of ring up in my room that I play on a lot. I really like it. It's not like the exact thing, but it gives you a good like it's a good practice tool. And I think that all racers, if you're gonna race like competitively and want to be good at the sport, it's pretty much the only way you can practice. Really, you're not going to be able to get your car out and go to the track every day and race it like your
Right.
normal stick and ball sports. So you have to have something like that where you can go and you can work on your craft and stuff like that. Working out, I try to keep myself, in shape
Mm-hmm.
because it is physically demanding.
Oh yeah.
I've played high school football and I have strapped in, and I can tell you that I have like been drenched in a race car in sweat and like more than I have after a football game. Like it's crazy. Like I think I've the most I've lost in a race or weight I've lost in a race is probably 8 pounds in one race.
Dude. And
Yeah.
what that's like what like an hour and a half, like 90 minutes probably tops.
For the day too. So like you have your practices and you're sweating all day and then you go to your heats and you're qualifying and then your features. So I mean it's a whole day, but yeah,
Eight
it's
pounds. Oh my God, that's crazy.
to eat at the racetrack. So like I'm not eating either. So it's just like, it keeps sweating out of you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. Damn. Well, that's crazy. That's a grind. And like I said, dude, I respect it. I respect anybody that goes out there and works as hard as it sounds that you do, which is good. So yeah, I mean, cheers to that, bro. Like that's crazy. And to be like as young as you are in the sport and be as committed as you are, like, dude, that goes a long way. So we'll be watching for you. That's for sure. So I want to do a little game that how about you know what? I kind of skipped over. So you run the 24. Was Jeff Gordon your guy growing up?
Yeah, he was.
He was your guy growing up. All right, yeah, good, good. He was my guy growing up, dude. It was at this point in racing, like, you know, I'm come to just appreciate like all the drivers for what they do, but like when I was like 10, 12, like even like early high school. I was like, dude, if Jeff Gordon doesn't
Jeff,
win, like,
it's Jeff.
yeah, exactly. It's Jeff over everybody. So I feel you on that. And yeah, so I mean, I feel like when people are at the track, they're just like, oh, we got to root for the 24. You know, it's just, even if they.
I hope so. That'd be cool. You can get a little bit more fans, but I hope so. But yeah, I've tried to change the number up a little bit, like put like my own like twists and like stuff on it. Because it used to be just like we literally like copy and pasted the 24 like on a computer and like put it on my car like the exact.
Okay, yeah.
That's what it used to be. And then like once I got older and stuff, we kind of changed it around. Like now we got like the Irish, like the green in it.
Yep.
And the leprechaun and stuff like that. So like the Fighting Irish Notre Dame, like that's like what it is, the Fighting Irish Notre Dame leprechaun guy. But yeah, Jeff Gordon's my dude for sure.
That's good to hear. And I'll put up while you're talking on that. I'll put up the car so people know and reference what you're talking about with the 24. How about like COVID and obviously that was probably tough, like to race in front of like some empty stands, and then slowly people got back, and I was fortunate to get out to, I don't know, I want to say like 3 or 4 races last year at Stafford, and obviously it was tough because you want it to be a full atmosphere. And we go, what was it, like 2 or 3 weeks ago at the SRX race for just the All-Star Heat, dude. I mean, that place was packed, 10,000 fans. Like, what's the change from last year to this year with the fans and the atmosphere and all that?
Yeah, obviously, like we missed the fans last year a ton, and it's so great to see, the place full again when you show up Friday. And, last year was kind of like half full. Like it was a weird ghostly kind of feeling. You show up at the track and the pits are kind of the same, but you look up in the grandstands and there's, little to no people there. Even pit wise, everyone walk around with masks and
yeah,
kind of just like, it was a weird feeling to it. We got through it, and things are looking on the up and up. So I'm excited and things are getting back to normal. So.
Yeah, I agree. And that race, so I started going to Stafford like 2 years ago, like literally right before the pandemic was like one of my first races. And then that shit just like killed it. And I loved it early on. I was like, this is sick. Like I want to be here like all the time. And so at the SRX race was the first time that I saw it like completely packed. And it was friggin' awesome. Like the atmosphere was great for all the races. But I will say at the same time with that, last year going, although it was often a small crowd, people were so like, happy to be there and so happy to like watch live sporting. So it was pretty loud. Like the fans were definitely into it. Like, could you feel that?
Oh yeah, for sure. I could feel it. When they're out there on the track, when you look up, it's kind of a cool feeling. And then I stayed after and watched the SRX race, the pre-race ceremonies and stuff, and it was cool to watch because
Yeah,
it was been like that in a while. So it was awesome sight to see for sure.
For sure. And like you said, we're getting back to normal, and I can't wait to. I don't know when I'll be back. I honestly wanted to go tomorrow night, and this is July 8th is when we're filming this. There's some big stuff tomorrow, but the big storm's coming, so I don't know if I'll be able to get there. But so when do you think the next when should I come next?
When should you come next?
Yeah.
To come, not tomorrow because tomorrow's rained out. Tomorrow's a wash. But
okay.
Next Friday you should come because we got the Open 80s are going to be there.
Okay.
The big tour stuff. Those cars always put on a good show. 80 laps. They always get a lot of cars to go for that. And we'll be running. It'll be a regular Friday show other than that. But yeah, those are always cool to see, those open modifieds. I hope to be in one of those soon. I think that's what we're working on right now.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's obviously next Friday night for sure.
All right, book it next Friday night. We'll be there, cheering you on and watching the tour stuff or the 80 stuff you said for a good show. So we'll end with this. So we always end with like sort of a little fun game, little fun thing. So this is a new thing. I did it like 2 weeks ago and I enjoyed it. And it's called Jot Johnny on the Track qualifying. So basically, I'm going to ask as many like quick stuff, like, favorite fast food, favorite, stuff like that. And then you got to give me like super quick, like what it is. All right. And so you got to try to get through them all, like, I don't know, in the shortest amount of time you can. All right. So it's got to be quick. It's like bang, bang. All right. Let me get my timer up here. I'll try to help you out here too. I'll try to be as quick as I can. All right. So here we go. So, jock qualifying. Here we go. You're going to answer the first thing that comes to mind when I ask these questions. I don't want to see more than 3 seconds on any of this stuff. So, are you ready?
All right.
All right. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, go. Favorite food?
Meatball grinder.
Favorite movie?
Step Brothers.
Favorite athlete?
Jamar Chase.
Favorite video game?
MW2.
Favorite track?
Stafford.
Favorite superhero?
Superman.
Favorite villain?
Darth Vader.
Ooh, least favorite track?
Banana.
Okay. Best fast food?
Wendy's.
Favorite sport to watch on TV?
Football.
Best beverage?
Sprite.
Okay. Best pump up song?
Queen. Something Queen.
Ooh, okay. All right. Respect. Favorite musical artist?
Juice WRLD.
Favorite current NASCAR driver?
Brian Blaney.
Favorite podcast?
Johnny on the Track.
Oh, let's go. Let's go, dude. So last time I added that at the end and he didn't say it. I was like, dude, I set you up, man. Come on. Respect to Mikey Flynn for knowing that this is the best podcast. And thanks for coming. I like that, dude. You honestly had some unique and good answers. Darth Vader, favorite villain. I wasn't even thinking that. I was just thinking like, like, I don't know, like Loki or some shit like that. But I like that. And then what was the other one that was dope? Oh, Pump Up Song, Queen. That's dope. Usually you'll get someone saying like something Drake or something. And it's like, yeah, I mean, like Till I Collapse and like, friggin' I don't know, some Drake song will hype you up. But
rock and roll intros. Like AC/DC is a good one.
Yep.
Molly Crew, Van Halen. Queen, yeah, those good pump up songs. I don't listen to them on a daily, but when you're coming, like good walk up songs, yeah.
Dude, I agree. I would. So, I played soccer in college for like basically 4 years, but we got canceled this year. And I usually would try to get on aux, and they would play like these trap stuff. And I like don't get me wrong, I like rap, like classic rap, like Biggie. Eminem, Outkast, like that's right up my alley. But they would play like this new shit, and it'd be like slow and I'm just like,
I know
it doesn't, right? It's like this doesn't pump me up. Like, and then I would throw on like Jump by by Van Halen and something like that gets you hyped up. Yeah. All right, man. Well, I appreciate you coming on, and we'll be there not this Friday, next Friday. To cheer you on and watch you. And I can't wait to keep going and seeing what you evolve into, hearing your grind, hearing your story and what's coming in the fall for school and racing. Like that's going to be crazy. But keep working hard and can't wait to see you in the future, bro.
Yes, sir. We'll definitely have to catch back up. I'll talk to you later.
Yeah. All right. Take care, man. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you.